Hey everybody, I'm Aaron Norris. It is April 1st, April Fool's Day. The House voted to end HAMP, the feds want 20% down on residential mortgages, and a borrower gets busted by the IRS in a sting operation for a liar loan. All on this week's Real Estate Headline Roundup in 2. First up, some real quick numbers on all the articles this week. The House votes to end HAMP, but it's unlikely to get anywhere as Senate Democrats submit their own proposed revision to HAMP this week. CoreLogic says shadow inventory is down to 1.8 million from 2 million, or 9-month supply, and expects prices to fall possibly another 5% nationwide. The U.S. Treasury will now publicly grade servicers on loan mods starting next month. Grading will include how they evaluate eligibility for the program and speed, and a few bits of good news. The cost of TARP, according to the Congressional Budget Office, is now only $19 billion instead of the $25 billion that it reported last year. And California tops new construction jobs at 2.7%, according to the Associated General Contractors of America. Lots of bad news on the Case-Shiller Index, reporting falling prices in 19 of the 20 major cities, with 11 cities reaching lowest levels since the housing crash. This marks 6 consecutive months of declines for the index, but San Diego made the list of the 2 top gainers for year over year, but just by a little bit. The National Association of Realtors releases investor and vacation home data this week, citing investor and vacation home sales remained steady while overall market sales were depressed compared to 2009. All cash purchases made up 59% of investment purchases, as did 36% of vacation homes. Investors paid 10.5% less than they did a year previously, and investment properties were hot in the South, which is 32%, followed by the West by 24%. The Federal Reserve on Tuesday proposed a rule requiring sponsors of asset-backed securities to retain at least 5% of the credit risk. This risk retention rule is required by the Dodd-Frank Act, and they've been talking about it for a while. There's a lot of exemptions in this, including other government entities and qualified residential mortgages, or QRMs. QRMs is what you'll be hearing a lot about in the next few months as they decide, but as of right now, they decided that they want borrowers to put 20% down to qualify as a qualified residential mortgage. The Mortgage Bankers Association has voiced great concern over QRMs because of proposed down payment, debt-to-income ratios required for borrowers, and this could create some really ugly unintended consequences. Does everybody really need to put 20% down? We'll wait and see. It might not be up to us. On top of wanting to get rid of HAMP, the Republicans unveil 8 bills to unwind Fannie and Freddie this week. Bills include raising guarantee fees, no more new programs while under conservatorship, more transparency in reporting, repeals of the affordable housing goals for the GSEs, reduction of portfolios over the next few years, and pay changes for senior executives at the GSEs. So lots more to come in the next year regarding legislation, so we'll keep an eye on that. The nation's top servicers met with the attorneys general from 5 states and the Obama administration for round 1 of punishment negotiations for robo-signing. Rumors are ranging on everything from $21,000 cash for keys to forced short sales to forced principal reduction. Who knows how it's going to turn out, and this is only round 1, so we expect to hear a lot more about this in the coming month. So I wish this was an April Fool's joke, but it's not, and it got a lot of comments when I posted it on Facebook. So the New York Times released a story about Charlie Engle. Mr. Engle is in prison for mortgage fraud due to 2 separate stated income loans as a borrower. These were created in 2005 and 2006 and didn't cause a problem until 3 years later in 2009, and he went to prison in May of 2010. A special agent for the IRS started to ask questions about a film directed by Matt Damon called Running the Sahara. Mr. Engle was of course featured in the film as a runner, and the IRS agent was wondering as he watched the film how he could take off enough work to accomplish this feat of running through the desert. Sure enough, an undercover agent was used to bust Mr. Engle. His mortgage broker who wrote the loans testified against him in order to obtain a lesser sentence. You have to read this story. It's on Facebook. It's on our blog. Highly recommended read. And that's it for the news stories this week. You can check out more stories on the norrisgroup.com/blog. Up on the radio show this week is Mike and Randy Grigg from Elite Auctions. And that's it. For more information on hard money loans, you can check out the norrisgroup.com, and information on trust deed investing, check out tngtrustdeeds.com. Have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you next week.